Hey, what's going on, everybody? Here, real quick, Kellen Cash, and I want to talk about what I think is going to be the next Facebook, and I think it's going to be OnlyFans. And I say that because you have the artists now the big artists going to OnlyFans because they can say whatever they want to say and they're not being censored. Whereas Facebook is censoring left, right, and center. It's just not what it used to be. If you are saying something that is politically incorrect, you can get kicked off. You see what they did to Alex Jones. You see what they did to Louis Farrakhan. And that was just to prove that they could do it. But I really think that OnlyFans will be the next platform, because not everybody on OnlyFans is getting naked. I mean, you have so many now celebrities on there who have been on there who they're not naked, because that's not a requirement of OnlyFans. But the fact that if you're going to be censored for saying things, and I know so many different groups that think it's only them, but there's so many different groups that feel they are being censored on the Facebook, on the Instagrams, even on the YouTubes. YouTube isn't as bad, but since Facebook and Instagram are, pretty much the same company, brother, sister, whatever you want to call it, OnlyFans is going to be where, your grandmother will be on OnlyFans, so you'll be on OnlyFans. It's going to take that right person to give it a different perspective, like, oh, it's OnlyFans, and all the adult content and everything else, that's going to just be forgotten. People are going to forget. They're just going to say, I can do whatever I want. And that's only going to last until OnlyFans takes some big money from someone, takes the billion, because that's always the goal with these social media. When they take the billion, that's when, maybe they have to, censor. But folks do not want to be censored. And I'm not really for all that censorship myself. I think people should say and do what they want to do, because they're going to do it anyway. They're just going to find a way. And whether it's, if you stop, nothing happened with Alex Jones. It's not like he stopped. You might not see him, hear him on platforms like this, but he's still around. Nothing happened with, the Minister Farrakhan. If anything, you help these people gather an audience and keep their cult following, kind of like Trump being in office. The more you try to, kill them, it's like pouring water on a gremlin. You're making them stronger. But that's what I really think is going to happen. And either you're going to grab your fan base now. You could be a speaker. Let Les Brown get on OnlyFans, right? Or Tony Robbins, because, sometimes he is controversial to some. Then you'll see just this emerge. Whoever is acceptable in your circle, if they go on there and they just do something that doesn't offend you, because anybody can be offended nowadays. I mean, I'm tired of who's offended, who's not offended. Everybody's offended. So I tell people, this is what you tell people. I do not mean to offend you, but and if I did, I'm sorry that I offended you, but I meant what I said, and keep it moving. That's the best you can do, because people are just so sensitive nowadays. You can't say nothing to nobody, and everybody wants to be a teacher. I'm here just to tell you where the platform, where I think it's going, given what it's doing right now. And you can, you can be late to Facebook, like people were late to MySpace. Like folks were, people were super late to MySpace. I remember people like, oh, I'm on MySpace, and it's like, man, we're on 2 or 3 different things already. The MySpace bugs, and I really mean bugs. It's a wrap. It's been over. So you can look into OnlyFans and see, everything is about pay. Whatever you're doing, you should monetize your life. That's where you can kind of kick back, because whatever you're doing is making you money, whether it's podcasting, whether it's YouTube, and it doesn't even take a big audience. It just takes a faithful audience. It just takes people to understand what you're saying, and that you can give some jewels to help them. Think about this. I'm looking at a lot of the expats overseas, and people are learning a lot of game from them. And people are selling a lot of courses. People are, getting money from Google for the Facebook. But even that's going to stop, where people are going to say, wait, you want to learn this? How we do things in Angola? How we do things in Tibet? Join my OnlyFans. Walk through life with me. Let me help you. Let me mentor you. And there's nothing wrong with that. I have mentorship right now. And mentorship will save you, years on when you're doing business. But even if you're relocating. Because there was this thing where this brother, he was in Africa, and a lot of this is happening, where people are saying, oh, you can't get a job in Africa. Oh, there's no expat community. No, the real thing is you can't get a job. Maybe because you don't know someone, you don't have the skills that whatever that country needs, wherever. But and I don't even believe that, because I think if you're a plumber, you can turn that into a business if you have the if you have the drive to do that. But there's people, oh, there's no expat community. No, you can't go find expats because you're not possibly a person that expats, depending on what level they are in life, want to be around. So you're speaking for your experience, and that's all you can speak on, unless you're a student, to kind of see what others are doing. I know people in Africa who are killing it. I mean, they are killing it. And I know some people who are dusty, frustrated, broke, and they're like, man, maybe I should not have stayed out here, so long. Maybe I wasn't ready. Maybe it was you. You know what I mean? Maybe it was the way you look at things, and you got what attracted people in New York. It attracted them in South Africa the same way. And if you're kind of like a worrywart, where you're always worried, and the glass is always half empty instead of half full, people aren't really attracted to that unless they want to save you, and that comes with its own thing. But you just have to look at things and kind of see where you're at. But I truly think the future is gonna be OnlyFans. If you were able to grab stock, share, Bitcoin, this, that in it, it's like Tesla. It may not happen overnight, but you will gradually see these type of platforms win, because there's no censorship. Or I say the censorship is less, because at some point, you're not gonna be able to be over and killing people or dogs. I hope not. I hope we don't go there, but mankind never surprises me. I personally think we're one step away from the purge. You can tell me if you agree or not, but whether you do or not, that's just my opinion. I see, there's people who they could help others and even make themselves some money, but they choose not to because they're so just in their own bubble. And when you're in your own bubble, sometimes you can get in trouble. Sometimes you need to be in your own bubble because, outside world, for whatever reason, maybe they're not ready for you. Maybe they are, you're not ready for them. Because you got to be able to take criticism in this thing and not care at all what people say. Not to get political, but I watch these debates to come and all this stuff, like I watch a 90 Day Fiancé episode. This is all scripted entertainment, and it's not like they have line by line, but they know I need to do something to stay on, to stay relevant. and in this culture of wanting to be seen, that's all people seem to want to care about. I just want to be seen. I don't care. You see experts on dating who they aren't even dating anymore. You see experts on relationships who have, failed marriages. Guys and women. And people tune in like they're like preaching the gospel. And to me, some of it is entertaining too. Because it's like, man, I'm gonna watch it like I watch 90 Day Fiance and see how many people believe this person talk about money who doesn't even have their rent money for the month, who doesn't even have groceries, who doesn't take care of their children. There's so many things that you're like, how can this person talk on this? How can you talk about something and you're not practicing it, or you don't know? That's the world that we live in. It's a reality show. It's a movie. It's The Purge. It's a whole bunch of other things. But you gotta just capture that. You gotta just capture it and take it for what it is. What's going on, Jennifer? I'm gonna wave at you. Boop. But that's my thing. So if you want to monetize your life and show people whatever you want to show them your cooking, show them whatever you think YouTube is for you, you can build up a platform on YouTube, or you can build it on a platform like OnlyFans, which things like that may merge. I could see like a merger, because one platform offers so much in the server and software and technology, but then OnlyFans would change. You can say everything that you want to say, in theory, because maybe they come out with the OnlyFans Elite, merge with YouTube, white label it or something. But this is, the game. And to me, if you really want to win, it's like have a website or an app that people can invest into you. So whatever these platforms do, you can pivot. Or you don't even have to pivot because you have your own. If you care about all that online stuff and you're trying to gather this tribe, what comes with tribes? Folks, when they turn on you. And the audience will turn on you. That's what no influencer ever thinks of. Man, my audience is going to turn on me. And then it's how you deal with that. You need to be smooth like a kitten to be able to really, when they turn on you, have that not affect your mental health. Because I've seen various influencers, like, they're crazy. Their mental health is not there. Like, you might see them winning. You might see somebody in a Bugatti. But if you gotta be crazy, have to see a psychiatrist, have to take pills to be in a Bugatti, man, that's not, to me, that's not a life that I would want. If the only way you can go to Dubai is, what guy you're sleeping with, or, sometimes what girl, woman, but it's usually, the men in Dubai paying for that. Never heard of, guys being brought for women. They have been brought for other guys. That's a whole nother topic. And you won't get any names from me. But yeah, you just gotta kind of see where you want to take this online thing, because at the end of the day, we are making these social media places billions of dollars with this type of content, and just keep putting stuff out. But like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let people know that's where we're going. You don't have to be there for it necessarily. You can cut this off at any time, and that's the beauty of call myself a nano influencer. I have a position where I influence the influencers, but my own community is a small niche that can really keep up with what we're talking about when we talk about investments, when we talk about high risk and just doing your purpose. And there's really no risk when you're doing your purpose, to me, but that can come with a cost. You know what I mean? You might not have the Mercedes that your neighbor has, but who cares about keeping up with the Joneses? We making our own throne. So you can always book a session if you have something personal, have some business. CPRfirm.as.me. You can always, inbox me if you can't catch that for whatever reason. And you know, I think everybody has a business in them. Let's get these businesses going. Don't let anybody hold you back, because that's what the world throws a wrench in everybody's life. Somebody try to hold them back and say, yo, you can't do that. And it's like, nah, you can't do that, but I'm gonna sure try. So y'all be blessed.